There you go. It's now working. So, ayun, guys, once again, good evening. Maraming salamat for tuning in. And today we are going to discuss the weekend stock review of Stock Silog. So, may mga nakapagbigay na ng mga stock requests nila. And yun yung pag-uusapan natin today. So, ito, we have quite a number of stocks, no? Na medyo iba-iba siya. Although iba rito ay natakal na natin last week. So siguro this is also a good time for us to revisit, check kung ano yung nangyari. Kung may nasunod ba, kung may nag-bottom out or something doon sa mga napag-usapan natin, no? To start with, once again, ang format natin on how we conduct our webinar or this stock review is two things. We talk about fundamental and technical. Sa fundamentals, we will be talking about the news and some earnings kung meron man. Especially now na dahan-dahan nang naglalabas ng mga earnings report ang mga companies for their Q2 or H1. Okay? So yun, whenever we encounter them, so pag-uusapan natin how it would affect the stock and what we could expect. Okay? Now, second is the technical, of course. On the technical format, we will be talking about its trend. Kung uptrend ba to, kung uptrend ba siya, downtrend, or maybe on the consolidation part. And then we'll try to identify a pattern. No? So at least that could guide us on how we can potentially trade the stock. Having said that, of course, yung guidance. Guidance, we divided into two. If you are a holder, kung may hawak ka na ng stock, what you can do. Or kung halimbawa, entry naman is kung halimbawa wala ka pang hawak na stock. However, nasa watch list mo siya and you're just looking for a good entry point. No? So, yun yung mga pag-uusapan natin today. And then, of course, once again, guys, kung halimbawa hindi nyo matapos yung review natin today, it's okay. Or kung hindi kayo makaabot because of some other prior conflicts or prior appointments, okay lang. The recordings ng review na to will be posted sa ating YouTube channel. And I'll try to add a timestamp, no, doon sa bawat stock. So at least you have a better view kung ano ang mga pwedeng para hindi na kayo mahirapan pa. Okay? So I'll post yung ating YouTube channel for your easy reference. Ito siya. Ayan. Okay. So, ayan. This is our YouTube channel. So, I hope, guys, you are already subscribed. Kung hindi pa, please do subscribe. It really helps us a lot. Okay. Now, having said that, let's proceed sa ating stock review. Saan ba yung... Okay. So, once again, ito yung listahan natin na mapag-uusapan. First of all, let's start with CHP. So, CEMEX. Ayan. So, with CEMEX, unfortunately, in terms of the news, hindi ganun kaganda as we have discussed before. Hindi ganun kaganda yung kanyang earnings dahil the net income is down by almost 100% year on year in second quarter. When we say year on year, this is second quarter of last year. So we are comparing second quarter ng 2019 to second quarter ng 2020, and from those two, yung Q2 ng CEMEX is down by 92%, which isn't good. Mainly, this is derived from the current pandemic situation na meron tayo ngayon, no? Which is unfortunate. And malaki ang effect nito doon sa mga infrastructure industry, just like CEMEX. Okay? So, ayan. So, ayan. I would assume that even Holcim will have the same sort of same na impact sa kanila, no? Ayan. Okay. Now, with when we look at the technicals, no? Bakit? Ayaw niya. Ayan, okay. So before we saw si CEMEX na bumaba doon sa kanyang support line, no, at 0.92. However, mukhang this week naka-recover siya, and I really thought magtutuloy-tuloy ito pababa. The good thing is that ayun, medyo naka-recover siya, so umangat. And having this one in mind, I'll have to make an adjustment sa support ko to ayan. And then I'll save it. So, ayan, no. The last support was seen at around 0.89 or 0.90. And now it is almost beating the 50 MA. When I say 50 MA, itong blue line na to. This is the 50 MA line, no? As we can see, it is now doing a resistance para sa CHP na stock. Okay? Now, in terms of the guidance, kung may hawak kayong CHP, then mukhang ito yung main target natin, no? Itong resistance line na to. Okay? So on Monday, just try to watch out kung ano yung gagawin ng MA50 sa stock. Will it serve as resistance or kung maging resistance pa rin siya wherein mauuntog lang yung stock dito and then mababa ulit, or it can break doon sa MA50 line and hopefully, potentially, umabot siya ulit doon sa resistance line niya at around 1.28. Okay? And kung halimbawang wala pa tayong hawak na CHP, then kung ako naghahabang kay CHP dito, most likely I will just wait out, no, kung ano mangyayari dito sa MA50 line. Let's say, for example, nagkaroon ng gantong itsurang stock, gantong itsurang candle on Monday. Then, medyo mataba lang siya, no? Pero medyo mahirap kasi mag-drawing dito. But anyways, ayan na. Kung ganito siya kalaki, then potential upside pa rin niya is, let's see, about 20%, which is still not bad after all. Diba? So, ayun. Again, entry point ko will be a potential breakout dito sa MA50 line. No? Okay. Ayan. So that's my take on CHP, ha. Kung halimbawa by the way, kung may hawak kayong CHP, then same thing pala. I would wait out kung ang gagawin dito kay MA50 line, and then we must set a cut loss point at 0.90. I know nakalagay dito is 0.89. However, let's just try to round it off, no? Round it up because that is also a psychological support para sa stock. So 0.90. Dun ko nakikita ang cut loss point. Okay? Importante na meron tayong cut loss point because cut loss point determines your protection para doon sa capital ninyo. Okay? So, ayun. At the end of the day, the stock is still on a downtrend. Medyo nagko-consolidate lang siya dito, no? Which is good. Pero the general sentiment is still a downtrend for CEMEX. Okay. Next, let me try to check sa comment box muna. So, sabi ni Loven, AR at saka ACR. Sige, let's try, ha. AR and the ACR. By the way, for natin ngayon is let's cap it at around 10 PM once again, just like last week. So, hopefully matapos natin siya. Angelo, ano po ang indicators nyo, boss? Ang indicators na gamit ko, wala. No. I'm just, plain and simple, support and resistance. Yun lang yung ginagamit ko 90% of the time. And then as you can see, I'm also using moving averages. This is simple moving average. Hindi rin ako magamit ng EMA or ano pang isang yan. May bago eh. Nakalimutan ko lang. But yeah, support and resistance and moving average. So I have MA50 and MA200. So yun lang yung makikita ninyo madalas sa chart ko. Okay? So depende yan sa inyo kung saan kayo komportable. Ako kasi ever since ito yung kumbaga bread and butter ko. So masanay ako dito na ito yung ginagamit. Although I sometimes use RSI, MACD, FIBO, yung those indicators. Pero minsan kasi nagpapagulo lang sila sa akin eh. So I just opted not to include them. Ayan. Sabi ni Patrick, curious lang, nagliliparan po yung mga stock kahit yung Q3 reports hindi maganda. Yep. Simply because na-price in na siya ng mga traders and investors. At least that's my take ha. There is no solid proof on that. However, that's my take. Dahil we all know ever since Q1 pa lang, we already know na Q2 will be worse. So, kumbaga na-price in na. When we say na-price in, naisama na nila doon sa presyo nila yung potential na pagbaba ng presyo. Yan. Sabi ni Adrian, nag-US stocks ka rin ba, Sir? Apple, Disney? Nope. I don't. Although, I did Forex before. And to be honest, hindi ko siya kinaya. Sabi ko, wag na lang. Siguro the most that I have done was hanggang crypto. Yeah, nag-crypto. Until now, I'm still trading cryptocurrencies, especially kapag weekends. Pag walang magawa, so pinaglalaroan ko siya. But US stocks, no. Dahil ang konti lang din ang opportunity natin dito eh. Diba? I just use eToro for that. Pero yeah, yun lang. Sabi ni George, CHP change of direction at day interval MA50 at lower time frame. Uptrend po siya sa 1 hour. Okay, it could be 1 hour, sabi ni George. Saan yun? 1 hour. Okay. Yeah, it could be. Pero however, ito lang ako kasi I don't use less than 1 day na time frame. Simply because I am not an intraday trader. Ayun. That's why I always use day. Minsan nga I also review the weekly, no? Pero again, yung lowest ko is daily. Since you've mentioned it, is it on an uptrend? For me, how I look at it, no, not yet. Kasi how I determine an uptrend, I always look at the MA200. Yun yung batayan ko. Some would argue na they are just basically looking at the trend, no? Pero sa akin kasi mas nasa conservative side of trading. Kasi look at this one. Just to give you an example what I mean by it depends, no? Kaya ko ba itong palakihin? Teka ha. I'm trying to enlarge. Ito. So one would argue na this is an uptrend. Itong part na to. Diba? Yan. Itong part na to, yung 3 candles na to, this is technically this is considered as an uptrend. Diba? So, ayun lang, that's my point. You can say na a stock is doing an uptrend. Sa akin, my point of view is MA200. So, since hindi pa siya umabot ng MA200, then that means it's not an uptrend for me yet. Yan. Okay. Well, then again, guys, it's not a one size fits all na approach. Whatever works for you, then it works. No? Nagkataon lang na ganito lang yung stand ko or yung position ko over the indicators na ginagamit. Okay, sabi ni Alvin, do you see any potential movement kay STI? let's check STI later on. Tama natin si STI. Ayan. Okay, sige, now let's move on to the next topic, which is HLCM. Ayun, as we have mentioned, HLCM. Kay HLCM, ito yung isa sa napag-usapan natin last week, no? Kasi last week, if I recall it correctly, nandito na siya. Itong July 30 na to, this candle, this green candle, we have identified na mukhang nagbabounce na siya from its 448 na support line, no? And mukhang ayun nga, mukhang nagkatotoo, no? As we can see na medyo it's now moving upwards, no? It's moving upwards. However, for me, it's still not an uptrend. Kasi again, ang definition ko, personal definition ko of an uptrend is if it is on the MA 200 or when it's above MA 200. Okay? However, it doesn't mean na you can't trade it. Okay? Okay lang, walang problema. As long as you know your target price and your cut loss price para at least may protection pa rin kayo. Okay. Now, with HLCM, wala pa akong masyado nakitang news over HLCM. Katulad lang siya ni CHP na medyo tagilid as of now simply because stop karamihan ng gawa sa mga construction and mga properties, no, and other infrastructure related na works because we went back from GCQ, naging MECQ ulit tayo up until August 18, and potentially baka i-extend ulit yon just like what happened before. Okay, so wala, eto ba, lumabas na ba ito? Yeah, yung Q2 earnings niya, which is minus 112%. Okay. However, generally, ang mga stocks naman natin resilient na as of this time. At least that's my view over it. I am hoping and I can't say na I'm confident, pero I'm hopeful na yung Q3 results or earnings ng mga stock natin, including HLCM and CHP, would be a lot better. When I say a lot better, it's still negative. Pero at least it won't be minus 112% anymore. So, yun yung at least that's my take. Okay? Now, in terms of the guidance, so kung halimbawa holder kayo ni HLCM, depende kung saan kayo nakabili. Hopefully nakabili kayo dito sa may baba, no? Ang kailangan lang natin nakalimutan ko yung Tagalog. Ang kailangan natin i-watch out ay itong resistance line at 580. Okay? So, kung nakabili kayo, kung mababa naman yung average niyo, then 580 is a potential target price. And then, still remains, siguro I would, on a conservative, as a conservative trader, 448 or I would say maybe 5 even, no, para lang medyo dahil again whole numbers are psychological support and resistance. Okay, so ayan, kung now if you are watching HLCM, nag-aabang pa lang kayo, then to be honest, I don't want to go into any infrastructure as of now unless long-term ka. Okay? Kasi kung long-term ka, then you should be happy about what's happening now dahil nasa bottom yung stock and you have all the potential upside na pwede mong makuha. No? Ayan. So, once again, 580 is the target price. Once ma-break ang 580, then we could be potentially seeing 760 afterwards. Ayan. So, ayun, that's my take on HLCM. Next is GMA7. Okay. GMA7, medyo tahimik siya, no? Even after the ABS shutdown. I'm trying to look for a news about GMA7. Pero, ba't ganun? Ulitin ko siya. GMA7. Okay. So, GMA7, wala pa rin until now yung kanilang Q2. Ano ba? Yep, wala pa ang Q2 nila. Okay. Ang recent news na natanggap na nabasa ko dito was even the Advertisers Guild of the Philippines, tama ba? Yun ba yung association nila? Basta merong grupo ng advertisers na ang general comment nila is at least most are expecting na GMA will get the bulk of the ads budget ng mga companies na nakasubscribe kay ABS before. Pero mukhang hindi siya nangyayari. No? I'm not sure, maybe dahil puno na yung slot ng advertisement sa GMA7. I don't know. So, ayun. And unfortunately, it's not a good news. No? GMA7 is supposed to dominate the entertainment and especially the ads revenue, no, but it doesn't seem to be happening. Okay, and then as we can see here, dire-diretso yung pagbaba ni GMA, and it's still on a downtrend as of now. I can see it na nasa nasa support line na siya at this time. Siguro, general guidance ko dito, I don't like what I'm seeing. And because of that, I would go with GMA7 at this time. Pero kung may hawak kayo na GMA7, then watch out for the price point na, ano na ba siya, 495 ngayon, no? Nasa around 480. I would say, ilalagay ko na yung cut loss point ko at 480 sa kanya. Again, kung meron kayo. Pero kung wala, then I would suggest na just look for another stock na lang instead of GMA7. Okay? So that's my take on GMA7. Next is SECB. SECB, this one I'm quite interested to look at. Kaso nga lang wala pa siyang Q2 earnings as of now. Tama ba? Yeah, wala pa. Hindi pa na ilalabas yung Q2 earnings niya, no? But I am expecting, sabi ko sana mag-break even yung Q2 earnings ni SECB, no? Kasi although maganda yung Q1 niya at plus 21%, Q2 will be worse eh. This is on a general scope for most of the stock. Okay? Now, in terms of technicals, we can see, no, na the stock is doing, I would say, consolidation from this part here, from 77 up until 114. Yun yung price range niya. I draw a trend line here. Sabi ko kasi baka mukhang gumagawa siya ng ascending triangle. And I think ito rin yung nakita natin last week, no? So, ayun nga, as we can see here, mukhang maganda naman. It's yung support niya is doing a really good part holding the stock at this line, no? And nakakita tayo ng bounce sa kanya. The immediate resistance is at around 100 pesos. Okay? Now, having said that, kung halimbawang holder ka ni SECB, then make sure you have your cut loss point. Kung wala ka pang nailalagay na cut loss, then siguro I would suggest doing it at around 87 pesos. Okay? 87 pesos as your cut loss. And then, potential target is 100. Okay? If mag-breakout pa yun sa 100, then we could potentially see it at 115. Ayan. Kung halimbawa nag-aabang ka naman kay SECB, I think it's now doing well, no? At 91 pesos. So siguro if your budget is, let's say 20,000, then siguro you can try and pwede ka nang pumasok pa unti-unti. Maybe 8,000 muna or 10,000 from your 20k na budget. No? So, pero wait lang O nga, no? Let's check kung kumusta pa yung upside kasi baka naman maliit lang. Around 10% upside. Okay. For me, maliit yun. So, kung maliit lang yun, then ako I would say na baka I'll just wait for the breakout na lang from 100 pesos. And then, it will follow at 114 or 115 pesos na afterwards. Okay? So, ayan. That's my take on SECB. Although, again, financial sector, to be honest, guys, yung big four, so BDO, BPI, SECB, Metrobank, of all of them, ang pinakagusto ko, SECB and EW and East West. East West recorded 55% up nitong Q2, which is very impressive. Wala tayong East West, no? Pero yeah, East West is really doing well fundamentally. So I really like East West. Kung may nag-monitor sa inyo ng East West, ayan. It's a good one kasi I think East West is now trading above MA50 line, and it's near 8 pesos, which is the immediate resist. Oh no, hindi ko pa na-adjust to. So yan, at 840 ang bago niyang resistance. Okay, so yun, eto Q2 earning up by 56%, which is really good, ha. Yan. Okay, next. So SECB, JGS. JGS is quite interesting. URC, one of its major subsidiary, is really doing well atong Q2. Hindi ko lang maalala how big yung change niya, no, yung earnings niya. Okay? So, but as we can see here, JGS, bakit wala pa akong linya? Yan. Okay. So, JGS is doing a consolidation. And malapit nang mag-meet ang MA50 at ang MA200 line, which means this is a potential golden cross. Okay? Just a piece of news here. Well, actually not really news, no? But sino sa inyo yung nakakaalam ng yung news sa US? There is one stock na up by 880% in the last 18 months and has beaten yung ibang mga major US stocks like Alpha, Microsoft, Apple, even Tesla. So they are up 880%. Kung hindi nyo siya kabisado, that is C Limited. So SEA. C Limited, it is actually a Singapore company na ang business nila is more on, alam ko nasa ads din sila online gaming, etc. No? So why did I mention that? Simply because, did you know that JGS, when C Limited was first offered yung corporate notes nila, this I think way back 2012, 2013, JGS subscribed to that note. They bought it at around $13 per share. Okay, $13 13. Unfortunately, two years ago, 2018, they sold it. They sold it at $24 na, from 13 to 24. So almost 90% up. No? So they sold it. Pero itong catch, C Limited is, magkano na ngayon? Alam ko, SE lang yun eh. Ito, C Limited. Ayun no. 2 days ago, it reached its maximum at 147. So, ang laki, di ba? Kung hinawakan lang sana ng JGS, yung notes na yon at $13, they could have sold it at $129 per share. And having said that, they have lost potentially $10.9 billion. Tama ba? Dollars ba itong 10.9? I think 10.9 billion pesos. I think converted na siya. Yeah, they have potentially sana no nakuha nila yung 10 billion pesos, ang laking pera pa rin nun. So ayun, unfortunately it didn't happen dahil naibenta na nila at $24 yung C. But anyways, gain is a gain, 'di ba? Ganun naman 'yun eh. At least naka-gain sila. Hindi lang ganun kalaki, sayang, pero at least kahit paano meron. Now, enough of that news, no? Let's look at the technicals. So as I mentioned kanina, JGS is doing consolidation. Maganda siya dahil the price is going up, no? And as I've mentioned, ito yung kanyang potential golden cross na mangyayari kay JGS. Okay? Kung halimbawa nag-aabang kayo ng stock kay JGS, then ako I would just wait it out na mag-breakout sa MA50 line. Sorry, MA50 tuloy. MA200 line dahil malapit na rin naman na siya. Okay? Wait for breakout. Ngayon, kung may hawak kayo, then siguro still sit tight, relax, and see what will happen dito sa MA200 line na to. Dahil once na ma-break ito, the next target is 78 or around 79 to 80 pesos for JGS. Okay? So, ayan. That's my take on JGS. Next up, let's talk about MWIDE. Ayan. So, MWIDE. Meron bang MWIDE? MWIDE. Meron ba tayong mga news kay MWIDE? This is technicals. MWIDE 3 billion Cavite project. Ito yung sa Arden. Tama ba? Arden. Yeah, kasi if I'm not mistaken, MWIDE ang may hawak nung project. Actually, hindi si MWIDE eh. May isa pa, nakalimutan ko. May isa pa, it's not only MWIDE na may hawak nung project na yun for the construction nung Cavite project. Wala na, no? Ayan. However, overall, negative sentiment ulit si MWIDE and si MAC. Pareha sila. Dahil si MWIDE ay meron ding hawak na airline operation piece, no, which is yung sa Cebu International Airport. And of course, dahil MECQ, so stop din yung mga construction. Pati mga projects, PPP and property projects ay naka-stop sa ngayon. So, negative sentiment overall si MWIDE. Okay. Now, in terms of technical, as we have seen here, although it is doing a consolidation, no, from the 462 up until 797 na line, na range, this MA50 line has been broken as well. And kung mapapansin natin, it's now doing an immediate resistance para doon sa stock. Kung halimbawa meron kayong hawak na MWIDE, hopefully nakakuha kayo dito below 6 pesos. No? Kung hindi, again, kung nasa mataas kayo nakakuha ng presyo, then my take is create or place your cut loss point at 6 pesos. Okay? And then the target price is at around 7.97 or maybe 8 pesos. No? So that will be the target. Ngayon, kung halimbawa naghahanap kayo ng magandang entry point, let's see. Kasi with this one, it is now below MA50 line. So siguro what I would do here is wait it out, no? Hopefully mag-hold yung 6 pesos dun sa stock, no? Otherwise, pwedeng dumire-diretso yan at baka umabot ulit siya sa 460 na support price niya. Okay? So, yon. MWIDE, negative sentiment. Siguro kung nasa watchlist niyo siya, I would take it out na muna. Yun yung gagawin ko. Kasi hindi pa siya ganun kaganda at this time. Unless, of course, as I've mentioned, kung long-term kayo, then this is good news. Once makarecover ang economy, once makarecover ang mga property sector, then kasama nila si MWIDE with a better upside. Okay? Yan. So that's my take on MWIDE. Next up is AGI. AGI is quite interesting nowadays. Dahil kung nabalitaan ninyo, EMP is going back, is returning to, Emperador is returning to the index. Okay? It will go there starting or effective August 17, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So, and also, si EMP kasi is one-third revenue stake siya kay AGI. So, what that means is, malaki or about 35% ang effect ni EMP kay AGI. Okay? So, ayun, no? And, unfortunately, doon sa iba niyang mga hawak, Alliance Global kasi is holding, apart from EMP, it also holds Mega World and, ano ba? Mega World, Resorts World Manila. Hawak din nila. And as we know, casinos, Resorts World is still closed dahil sa COVID-19. So mukhang ang hihila lang talaga sa revenue stream ni AGI is EMP. Okay? So yun. Unfortunately, siya lang. Now, on the chart, as we can see here, no, mukhang nagkaroon na ng na-break na yung 570 na support line niya last week. Ito yung isa sa napag-usapan natin. Sabi ko, magandang gawing watchlist itong si AGI dahil sobrang lapit na niya sa support line. Okay? Unfortunately, the stock did not hold the support. And we saw na bumaba pa siya doon sa support line niya. And now, that support line becomes its resistance. So, nagkaroon ng role change from being a support, naging resistance na siya, and that's why we are seeing this part here, no? It tries to break again the resistance. Unfortunately, wala, nauntog lang siya, and then ayun. Okay? So, ayan, unfortunately, it's now a resistance sa kanya. And for me, this is also a sign na I have to make an adjustment. Adjust ko na ang support ko. Ibababa ko na siya dito at 550 or 551. Ayan. Okay. Now, kung halimbawa may hawak kayong AGI, no? Kung may hawak kayong AGI, then, well, yun yung pinag-usapan natin last week, di ba? If yung 570 ay nag-hold, then you're good. Pero if nag-break siya, then that's your cut loss. So, I hope kung naka-tune in kayo last time, then I hope na nasunod nyo yung cut loss point na yon and nakapag-break na kayo or nakapag-cut loss na kayo. Okay? So, pero this time, we have made an adjustment. So, this 550 line will now be our support and the cut loss point. Okay? So kung nag-aabang kayo kay AGI, then I think pwede nyo na siyang ibalik doon sa watch list dahil at least in the past 4 days, mukhang nag-hold si 550. Okay? And then target is at around 650. Etong MA50 line. I think this is still solid no? So that is still a good potential resistance or target for AGI. Okay, so that's my take on AGI. Next up, CNPF. So CNPF, I'm not really following CNPF. So first time ko siyang titingnan ngayon. Oh, very interesting. Very, very interesting. CNPF, if I'm not mistaken, maganda yung earnings niya, no? For Q2. CNPF. Ayun. Q2 year to date earned more than 30%. So not bad at all. Not bad. Ayan. So that's why we are seeing this chart, no? I hope na medyo mataas lang yung week nito nung Friday or kahapon. Sige. Now let's try to talk about the charts kay CNPF. As I can see here, CNPF is on an uptrend. Dahil again, basag na yung or dahil nag-break na siya from its MA200 line. Okay? And now, itong MA50 is closely above MA200, which is still good. No? So, everything basically is looking good for CNPF. Now, the next thing that we just have to watch out is its potential target or resistance. No? Let me try to find a good target para kay CNPF. Mukhang ito. Kaso ito yung nabasag, di ba? Yeah, ito yung nabasag. Ito. This one. Oh, ayan. Okay. Yeah. This resistance line at 16 pesos appears to be a strong resistance. How did I say that? Dahil kita natin dito pa lang na dito siya huling nauntog. And the candle from yesterday tells us na it tries to break, pero mukhang nauntog siya and nag-close lower than 16 pesos. Okay? Now, so what does that mean for us? Kung halimbawa ang holder ka ni CNPF, hopefully nakabili ka below, no? Then siguro for now, just watch out on Monday kung anong gagawin ng stock. The ideal candle should be something like this. A breakout candle. Okay? So it should be a breakout candle. Pero pag ito biglang bumaba, maging ganyan, then my next move will be to partial sell. Partial. Okay? So take profit kahit konti. Kung halimbawang meron kang 20,000 worth, then benta ka ng 50%. So at least meron ka ng profits sa 10,000 and then you still have skin on the game dahil meron ka pang 10,000 worth of stock sa CNPF. Okay? So yun yung mga pwede kong gawin. Now, kung halimbawa nag-aabang ako kay CNPF, then no-brainer, we just have to wait for the breakout. Okay? So ayan, there are two ways on how you can play the breakout. You can buy upon the breakout or you can buy from a breakout's pullback. Okay? So ayun, depende na lang kung gaano kayo ka-aggressive. Ako kasi conservative type ako. So usually what I do is pagka meron ganitong breakout, I wait for the pullback and then saka ako papasok. Dahil again, I'm a conservative trader. So yun yung profile ko and that's what I do. Pero kung halimbawang you're an aggressive type, actually as an aggressive one, yung iba pumapasok na at this time dahil they anticipate na mag-breakout yung stock. Although medyo high risk yun. Pero at least when it does, mas maganda yung potential return. Siyempre, high risk, high return. Let's check na yung bid and ask. Oh wow. So ito guys, mukhang maganda yung support sa maraming buyers kay CNPF kahapon. it closed, although it closed at 1580, pero merong nakaharang na gustong bumili at around 1.5 million na volume. So this is good. History suggests na kapag mataas or marami ang gustong bumili sa stock, normally it opens higher. Okay? So mukhang magandang laruan itong kay CNPF. And dahil dyan, let me add CNPF sa watchlist ko. Ganun lang siya. Ganun lang siya kadali. Yan. Ay, yun. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's my take on CNPF. Next up, wait lang, punta tayo sa comment section. Mukhang marami yung naiiwanan natin dito. Let's see here. Sabi ni Abs, MARC, AXLM, and SSP. Sige, let's try ihabol si MARC, AXLM, and SSP. Again guys, hanggang 10 PM lang tayo. So, we'll try na habulin yung mga stock. Pero kung hindi, pasensya na lang. Sabi ni Abby, dito, meron na bang dito? Yeah, nasa listahan ko si dito. Yeah. So, sige, pag-usapan si dito later on. Diane Rose, C Limited. Yep. Yeah, that's correct. Ito yung pinag-usapan na kanina with GGS. Sabi ni Alvin, Kodak. I'm not sure what you mean, Alvin, with Kodak. Sabi ni Brenda, ACEPH. Yes, ACEPH is on the list. Is it? Yes, nasa listahan natin si ACEPH. Is it Sir Marvin Hermo? Jay, what do you mean? Hindi ko na-gets yung kung si Sir Marvin. Hindi ko if you can give more information about it, please do so. So at least masagot natin yung tanong mo. Elmer, EPS breakout kay CNPF. Well, yeah. Given na mataas yung EPS niya, 0.34, while yung mga priors niya, no, not that, 0.29. Okay. Yeah. Although si CNPF o si Century, more on, di ba? Parang URC type na maraming nasa snacks and food. No? Even si URC, maganda rin yata ang EPS niya, if I'm not mistaken. Sabi ni Jimmy, Mac. Yes, meron tayong Mac. Meron ng Mac. Wala pa. Ay, may Mac na. So, yep. Sabi ni Ellie, Aba. Ngayon ko lang narinig itong Aba na to. Anyway, sige, add na natin. Sabi ni Adrian, Sir, Apple and United Health Group sa US stocks if nagtitrade din po kayo ng US stocks. No. Adrian, no. I don't trade US stocks anymore. Nag-try ako pero hindi ko na siya tinuloy. Sabi ni Jay, the speaker. Sorry ito yung kay Marvin Hermo, no? Yes, si Jay nga rin. Si Jay Hermo ang speaker ng alin. Sorry, hindi if you can complete yung yung thought para kasi medyo marami na tayong napag-usapan kanina. Baka hindi ko lang na catch up. Ayan. Sige, while you're doing that, I hope you do. Let's continue dun sa iba pa nating mga stock. So CNPF, next is PX. Mining stock. Very interesting mining stock. Okay. So, ayan. Okay. PX is, ano bang hawak ni PX? Hindi ko kabisado. Teka ha. Tingnan natin. Gold ba itong alam ko yata ito yung gold no? Si PX. Teka ha. I'm trying to look. Yes. Padkal, Benguet. Yes. This is gold. And as we know, gold is skyrocketing right now. So, kaya maganda ang laruan dito kay PX. Now, let's move on, ayan no. So as we can see here, the stock is really doing well. It's on an uptrend. And nagkaroon ng mini breakout dito. At this time noong, kailan ba to? August 5, nung Wednesday. Yeah. This is actually looking good for PX. And it is on track sa sa 415 na target. Okay. Medyo steep lang yung pag-angat niya, which is medyo delikado. Pero well, with what's going on with the global market nowadays, I think this is still a good stock, no? KPX. And at the same time, ito nga no, I'm not sure na mababasa niyo siya. But its Q2 earnings is 200% higher than last year's. So as we can see, talagang boom na boom itong si CPX. No? Okay. Now, when we look at the chart, ako as I've mentioned, it is now trading an uptrend, no? And mukhang itong si 415 could potentially be a reality anytime. Siguro in the next 3 to 4 weeks, no? Or even earlier kung kakayanin niya. What I would like to see kay PX is a more profit taking. So potentially magkakaroon siya ng mga gantong ranges. Ganyan. Ay. Ayan. So mga higher highs na ranges. Okay? Ganyan. Kumbaga step by step. Wag yung biglaan. Kasi pagka biglaan, ang tendency naman nun is baka matakot na yung ibang mga nasa baba. And pag matakot sila magbebentahan, pwedeng yun yung hihila doon sa stock pababa, no? So a really good thing na mangyayari hopefully kay PX is yung ganitong track, no? Kumbaga slowly but surely, no? So ayan, kung halimbawa no, may strategy pala natin kay PX. Kung may hawak kayo ng PX, just hold on to it and wait. Kasi most likely maganda na yung inyong average price. So just wait for kung ano yung pwede mangyari. If maglalagay kayo ng cut loss point, then I think pwede, inisip ko kasi baka mag-fill the gap ito no? Yeah. 335 would be a good cut loss point for PX. Okay? And then target again is 415. Kung naghabang kayo kay PX, then siguro for that wait kayo kay 335. Baka yun nga, as I've mentioned, i-fill the gap niya itong nasa baba. No? Tingnan nga natin yung bid and ask how it looks like. Oh, may magandang volume siya na 277,000. Yun nga lang, if you multiply that, ay, tatlo lang yung may orders. So, it's not as good as I thought it was. Kasi 277 is just, ilan lang to? Times 3 is, or 300 times 3, around 900,000. 900,000 for this is about 10% ng volume niya. So, not that high pala. Although maganda siyang tingnan. It's just that if you compare the volume itself, medyo normal lang siya. So, ayun. Yeah, so that's my take on PX. Next. Teka ha. Let me see with that. Para at least may reference tayo. Hopefully kung magawa na siya next week. Next, dito. Etong si dito. Ito. Okay. I'm still waiting, no? Fundamentally, I'm still waiting for a news kung kumusta ang earnings niya. But most likely, hindi siya maganda. I mean, wala pa siyang earnings. Dahil nasa pa siya, building phase pa itong si dito. So, I wouldn't be surprised kung mababa pa rin yung kanyang earnings. No? Ang bread and butter niya is its story. Ano yung story ni dito? The Giant's Slayer. Sino yung Giant? These are Globe and Smart. Okay? So, and at the same time, best friend ni President Duterte. So, yun yung mga stories ni dito. That's why it's quite interesting to see yung trading sa kanya in the past few weeks. No? So, ayan. In terms of pangalan nito, chart, no? Nakikita ko sa kanya, it is doing a pennant dito. And as we can see here, itong line niya, baka ma-break or mukhang pa-break na itong dito sa kanyang immediate resistance, no? And usually for a pennant, this one, it is a continuation pattern. Continuation pattern means kung ano yung previous trend niya or previous direction, usually it will continue. So, what that means is, kung halimbawa ito siya going up, then once ma-break itong resistance, then the expectation is the stock will also go up. Okay? So, again, that is just an expectation. No one really knows what will happen in the future, pero basically, itong mga patterns na to are kumbaga based on analysis and based on its history. Okay? Now, we can also see a potential golden cross kay dito. So, overall, mukhang maganda siya technically. Very interesting. No? Ayun lang, no? Ingatan lang natin na wag lang mahulog. Kung halimbawang may hawak akong dito, most likely baka dito kayo sa taas nakakuha. Pero hopefully dito sa baba, below 235. Dahil if you are, then at least you're in good hands. Because it appears na itong 235 is a good resistance. Good support para kay dito. Okay? Now, kung halimbawa namang meron kayo, nag-aabang pa kayo kay dito, no? Then ako, again, as a conservative trader, kahit mag-break siya dito sa resistance line na to, I will just wait for this. Itong part na to. This part. Around 3 pesos. Pag na-break yan dahil ako I'm anticipating a potential, a psychological resistance at 3 pesos and at the same time, itong MA50 and MA200 and MA50 which is a golden cross. Okay? So, once that happens, then we could potentially see dito doing the 416 or 4 pesos. Tracking the 4 pesos na line or na target price. Okay? So, yeah, that's my take on dito. Next up, MM. Ooh, partners. Ito yung most hype nung nakaraang mga weeks, no? Si dito at si MM, and mukhang yung kanilang presyo hindi ganun nagkakalayo. Okay. Now, what we can see here kay MM, I know that MM is quite aggressive. MaryMart is aggressive in terms of putting up a lot of stores. No? I think even etong August and September, they are looking at around 15 more stores to open up, which are good. However, please be reminded na etong mga opening ng mga stores na to are already expected. They're already expected the moment na nag-IPO yung MaryMart way back. Kailan ba siya nag-IPO? June 15. So way back June 15, we are already expecting na mag-open yung mga shops, mga grocery stores na yun. So ngayon, basically ginagawa lang niya yung expectation. That's why I'm not really sold into dahil nag-open ng mga new stores, new revenue stream na agad siya. Of course it is. However, dahil anticipated or expected na siya, then most likely it has already been priced in by major traders institutional investors. Okay? So yun lang yung caveat ko over MaryMart. Another disclosure, as I mentioned before, I bought MaryMart at IPO. I sold already MaryMart. Well, partially. May hawak pa ako until now. Pero sobrang baba nung average ko. I'm at 1 pesos. Actually, bumili pa ako eh. Nag-add ako nung third day. So, ang average price ko is nasa 1 peso 24. Mga ganon. So, ayan. Kaya, happy ako kung saan siya mapupunta. Having said that, now, let's go to the charts. As we can see here, nagkakaroon siya ng itong V formation na to. This is quite interesting. Itong V formation na to. Huli ko siya nakita kay, diba? Alam ko si dito ganito rin yung ginawa eh. Ito, ayan. Nagkaroon din siya ng V formation dito. No? Magiging ala dito ba siya? Well, we don't really know it for a fact, no? However, I'm happy with what is happening kay MaryMart. Wala pa siya sa wala pang MA 200 dito dahil wala pang 200 days. So, wala pa siya. Pero, kung wala pa rin siyang MA 50, no? So, siguro I'll just judge it based on its general trend or direction right now, which is going up. So, kaya ko nasabi na it's looking good. No? Now, kung maggagawa tayo ng trend line sa kanya, then, dito ko nakikita yung ano yun. Oh my God, ba't ayaw niya? Horizontal. Oh my goodness. Sorry Kiniklik ko siya, promise. Pero ba't ayaw niya? Wala, ayaw talaga niya. Anyways, ang nakikita ko sa kanya is 3 pesos. 3 pesos ang kanyang potential resistance. Okay, kasi right now, it is 285. So, medyo malapit-lapit na, no? So, ayan. Kung halimbawa may hawak kayong MaryMart, again, that depends kung saan kayo nakabili sa kanya. Hopefully, NIKL. Okay. Wow. Wow. Ano nangyari dito sa Instagrams? Hindi ko siya mahila. Ayan. Okay. Save ko na to. So, ayan 3 pesos resistance. And kung may hawak kayong stock or may hawak kayo kay MM, then wait sa 3 pesos. If mag-breakout, then that's good. If mauntog siya, then partial sell. Ganun lang naman siya. Now, kung halimbawa nag-aabang kayo kay MaryMart, wala pang hawak, naghanap ng magandang entry point, then again, breakout at 3 pesos is the ideal position for MM. Okay? So, ayun. That's my take on MM. Tingnan natin yung baka may mga comment section. Okay. Sabi ni Joanne, ICT po baka sakaling umabot. May ICT na ba? Mukhang wala pa, no? Sige. Try natin, Tapos, sabi ni Renato Holchim. Renato, gawa natin yung Holchim actually kanina, no? Pero don't worry kasi may recording naman itong ano natin, tawag ito. Itong review natin. So, may timestamp. Just wait dun sa recording na ipopost ko sa YouTube channel. Kung hindi ka pa nakapag-subscribe, please do so. Nakapin naman dito sa comment box yung YouTube channel or yung YouTube link. So, subscribe ka lang para you will be notified pag nailabas na natin yung review. Baka bukas. Okay? So, ayan. Sabi ni Jay, sorry sir. Yeah, sorry, medyo magulo kasi kaya hindi ko lang ma-gets. Pero yeah, again, if you still can, no problem, just let us know. Sabi ni Diana Rose, yes, gold po si PX. Yeah. Actually, hindi lang naman gold ang hawak ni PX. May hawak din siyang nickel, may hawak din siyang silver, may hawak din siyang, ano pa isa? Nakalimutan ko. Basta alam ko apat yun eh. Apat na minerals yung minimina niya. Sabi ni Super Ant Trader pa shoutout naman. Wow, shoutout. Sige. Super Ant, hello sa iyo. Good evening. Hopefully nakaabot ka kanina. Otherwise, hello pa rin. Walang problema. Sabi ni Adrian, Sir, ang RSI ba ginagamit as good indicator if need na magbawas ng shares pag as overbought na? Kay RSI, depende, no? Kasi I don't just usually use overbought or oversold na part. Kasi there are times that there are stocks na kahit mukhang overbought na, pero binibili pa rin kasi siya eh. Case in point was dito. Balikan natin si dito this was overbought. I think nasa value nito is nasa overbought na around more than 70, no? Pwede ko may add dito yung RSI. Ito, so nung June 2, more than 7, kasi again, ito lang quick tip. So RSI usually usually they will tell you is if it is above 70 na value, then it is overbought. If it is nasa below 30 na value, it is oversold. No? And when it is overbought, then that means you have to sell some, or at least you have to sell the stock dahil ang next na trend nun is bababa na siya. That is true generally, yes. However, on a high performing stock, no, that may not be the case. So let's say for example ito si dito, no, makikita natin umabot na siya ng 75 dito. Pero at the price of what, I think mga nasa 270, 275. Pero despite going overbought, makita natin na umaangat pa rin yung presyo niya. And yung RSI is still going up. Diba? So, ito yung sinasabi ko, not all the time we have to blindly follow RSI's indicator na oversold or overbought. So, ayun. Ayan. So, I hope na nasagot ko yung yung tanong mo, Adrian. Sabi ni BJ Mads, in order to protect your investment portfolio, Nassim Taleb suggested stock investors need to have a tail hedge to protect against systematic risks. Medyo BJ, medyo matalinghaga yung sinabi mo. But if I would translate that, I think what you're saying is cut loss. You have a good hedge on you should have a good tail hedge, or basically a cut loss point para at least you can protect your capital. So ayun. Super Ant. Okay. So hello again, Super Ant. Hello. Okay. Maria, MM Sir and Maxis. So MM, kakatapos na natin kay MM. Maxis, wala. So I'll try to add Maxis dito. Hopefully, magawa natin siya. Sabi ni Super Ant, Pops, may chismax ako sa'yo. Ipapump ng mga bombero sa susunod na linggo ang MG. Secret lang natin yan. Well, thank you for that information. However, I am not really maalam sa mga chismax eh. Because again, yung mantra ko is that no one really would know what the future tells until it happens. Diba? So, ako, I would rather put my efforts on reacting sa kung anong ibibigay sa akin ni market as opposed to guess kung anong mangyayari sa kanya in the future. No? Although, of course, I am hopeful sa mga ganito. But again, it's just I would just go with the reaction. Ayan. Sabi ni Sofia, paano po kung may hawak na dito? Yun. As I've mentioned kanina, kung may hawak kang dito, then just wait. Wait ka lang. Dahil itong 3 pesos is very near. So kung pag nauntog siya sa 3 pesos, then that means you have to partially sell. Okay? And then, cut loss mo is at 235. Okay? So, ayan. Sabi ni Maria, I'm holding Maxis BDO and SMPH po. Baka mahabol po or kahit yung Maxis and lang po. Thank you. Ayun, na pag-usapan natin si Maxis, we'll try. Sabi ni Carlo, MBT. Carlo, late ka na naman ha. Ano nangyayari sa'yo? Wala pa yata MBT eh. Pero let's add that there. Sabi ni Dian, ayaw po nung line sa Merrimark kasi dapat sa IPO date lang kaya di. Parang ganun nga ano. Well anyways, loko din tong si Instagrams eh. So, ayan. PXP sabi ni Jen Yu. Meron na bang PXP? Let's try. DNL sabi ni Ramon. DNL. Tapos, medyo mahaba-haba pala to, no? Maxi sir, baka mahabol. Medyo matagal mo ng hawak, no? Sige. Habang hindi ko pa siya nakikita, Maxis, depende kung saan ka, kung medyo lugi ka na, cut. Dahil hindi maganda ang galawan ng mga restaurants ngayon. Jollibee nga, di ba? So, ayun. Hopefully, maabutan natin si Maxis, pero yun yung general guidance ko. At least, general view ko on Maxis. Web and AXLM, sabi ni Yong Lee. Meron na AXLM, so web na lang. Sabi ni Melsor, kung hanggang 10 p.m. lang, halos 40 minutes na lang, dapat mga 5 minutes per stock lang kasi. Oo nga eh. Nabang mo si VLL. Sige, bibilisan natin ha. Bibilisan. Bibilisan natin siya. Kaboses mo daw si Marvin Hermo kaya nabanggit. Wow. Talaga? Hindi ko kaya yung dire-diretso English. And I don't have Marvin's smile. The signature smile. So, ayan. Sabi ni Jenyu, PXP, okay. Andiyan na pahabol kay Bloom. Most likely hindi natin siya mahabol pero sulat ko na lang din. Mahaba listahan kasi maganda time flat. Maraming viewers. So nga eh. Mukhang gantong oras yung sweet spot, no? Pero sige, bilisan natin. We have only 36 minutes left. Inom lang ako Okay, sige. Next. Tayo kanina, di ba? Shoot, ang layo ko pa pala. AP, bibilisan ko na. Aboitiz Powers, maganda ang mga power sector ngayon dahil, of course, isa sila sa mga resistant stocks, no? Pero chart-wise, ito yung isa na pag-usapan natin last time. I thought it would go up pa or aabot doon sa resistance sa 30. But unfortunately, it did not happen. Okay? Next, yung support niya nabasag etong week na to, which is unfortunate. Kung halimbawa, meron kayong hawak na Aboitiz, then prepare for a potential cut loss sa kanya. I'll adjust the support line dito sa 24 pesos. Okay. Tingnan ko nga kung aabot dito. It could, pero tingnan natin yung long, wala na pala. Sobrang layo na niya. Yeah, sobrang layo na. Sige, I think 23 would be also okay. So ayun, kay AP. Support line is at 23 pesos. So and then ang kanyang resistance is at 30 pesos. Okay? So kung may hawak kayong Aboitiz, ayun, 23 pesos is your cut loss point and then target is 30. Kung wala naman, then ito lang. To be honest, power sector is a good sector to be in. However, isa si AP sa power sector na hindi ganun ka tunog. And hindi siya ganun ka taas in terms of of volume. For some reason, hindi ko alam kung bakit. Unlike ibang mga power players right now, like for example, yung hot sector, yung hot stock na ACEPH, and then of course you have Meralco and some other stocks. Ayan. No? Kung nag-aabang kayo kay AREIT, then I think pwedeng umabot ito ng 24 pesos flat or 23 na support niya. So wait na lang doon sa part na yon. Okay? So yan, that's my take on AREIT. And then after AREIT, we have EMP. Ito nga. EMP, so on 11th or on 17th, on 17th, papasok na ito sa index, no? So having that in mind, very interesting. Dahil once na kasi makapasok ka sa index stocks, then that means institutional players will buy your stock. Okay? So ayan. Chart wise, I am seeing a cup and handle. So ito yung pinaka-cup niya, and then the handle is where it is right now. Okay? So 930 is the resistance. Okay? Now, kung 930 ang resistance, and it is on an uptrend ha. Yeah. It is above MA50 and MA200. So this stock is really doing well. Okay? Kung may hawak kayong EMP, then just wait. Antayin nyo lang kung anong mga potential na mangyari sa kanya. Mukha nga lang may untog factor ito dahil ilang araw na siyang nandito sa linya na to. Pero hindi pa rin niya mabeat itong 930, no? So, pero just be patient. I think by 17th on Monday next week. Tama ba? Kailan ba yung 17th? Anong araw yun? Yeah, Monday next week. At least I'm expecting na medyo may volume pa ito. Or may volume pang susunod sa kanya. Okay? So, ayun. Kung halimbawa nag-aabang naman kayo kay EMP, at this time medyo malapit na siya sa resistance line. So, I am not really comfortable trading it at this time. Just wait for the breakout. Okay? So, yan. That's my take on EMP. What else? ACEPH. Ito. ACEPH. So, with ACEPH, ayun nga, no? It will be changing its name from ACEPH, magiging ACEN siya. ACEN. Okay? So, yun yung magiging next na, ano niya. Although, I'm not seeing that as a major catalyst na pwedeng magpaangat sa stock. No? I don't see that coming. So, ayan. Now, what we can say about ACEPH, as we can see, no, na-break na itong 2.44 na resistance na napag-usapan natin the last time. And ito nga, just another disclosure, I bought ACEPH this week. Nung nakita ko na, nung nag-aabang ako ng pullback. Diba? As I've mentioned sa inyo before, I'm a conservative trader. So, on the pullback, on the breakout, I wait for the pullback. So, doon ako sa pullback bumibili. And, ayun nga. Hopefully, okay lang siya. And then, I just place my cut loss point at 244. Dahil yun yung last na resistance na nabasag niya. Okay? My target is at 3 pesos for ACEPH. Okay? Now, kung halimbawa, nag-aabang pa rin kayo kay ACEPH, then siguro what I would do kung wala pa akong hawak na ACEPH is I'll draw another support and resistance, no, which is etong part na to. Pag bumaba ulit siya at around 255, then that will be another entry for me. Or that will be a new entry para sa akin. No? So, ayan. Kung wala pa yung hawak ka. Because, let's see, at that end, upside is at around 18%, which is not bad at all. Diba? Ayan. Yun, so that's my take on SPH. Let's check. Uh, ta, 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 ta. Sa comment box, sabi diyan, Rose, mahaba-haba listahan, magandang time flat. Yep. LOL ka boses nga. Sabi ni Genyu. Hala. Sorry, hindi ko talaga. I'm trying to recall yung boses ni Sir Marvin, but I don't know, mukhang o dahil iba lang yung tenga ko. I don't know. But well, maganda naman boses ni Sir Marvin, so it's a compliment. I would take it as that. So thank you. Anyways, now let's go to OR. Ito si OR, this is quite new to me, so I have really no idea what OR is doing or what products ang minimina nito ni OR Peninsula Resources Group. Okay. So mukhang maganda yung galawan nito nung this week. Kita niyo to guys, itong MA50 line. Medyo the stock is following the MA50 line quite well, and it's holding the stock actually. No? Kung mapapansin natin dito, no, dito siya nagko-consolidate, you know. So from the reversal, no, from being a resistance at this dito sa group na to, it became a support, tapos nabasag ulit, and then it's now supporting the stock well. Okay? So ayun, kung may hawak ang OR, ang masasuggest ko, watch out for this MA200 line. Dahil ito yung next na niyang pupuntahan. And at around 66. So sobrang lapit. Okay? So ayan 66.66 yung tingin kong resistance line niya. Next, kung halimbawa wala akong hawak na OR at this time, dahil malapit na nga siya sa resistance, then I'll just wait for the 66 cents breakout. Doon na lang ako dahil medyo may kataasan na siya, no? Dahil sa galawan niya. Hindi ko lang talaga alam kung ano ang si OR. Silipin ko nga si OR. Mag-list lang. NIKL. Oh, kasama siya ng NIKL. Ng Team NIKL. Si NIKL Asia at saka si FNI. No? Ayan. Okay. Next. After ni OR, let's go to NIKL. Oh, speaking of that's a very nice. That's very, very nice. Okay. Sige. So, with NIKL, mukhang naglabas siya ng dividend, no? 22 cents. Maganda, ha? So, ayun. NIKL is on an uptrend, as we can see here. And mukhang eto nagsusupport na yung dati niyang resistance line at 270. And it is now on track going into 345. So medyo maganda ang upside niya. Even if bumili kayo, let's say on Monday, kung halimbawa ma-maintain lang niya yung same, we are still looking at around potential upside of 22%. Okay? So again, NIKL is looking quite good at this time. Tingnan nga natin yung bid and ask. Oh, yeah. Look at this. 6 million ang nakaharang na, there are 57 orders with a volume of 6.8 million. If you multiply that to its current price at 282, we are looking at around roughly 13 million na orders na value ang nakasalang dito kay NIKL. So that tells us na may laman itong si NIKL. Actually, si NIKL ay tinry ko rin siyang bilhin nung Friday kahapon. Pero nasaraduhan na ako dahil malaki nga yung nasa buyer side. So on Monday, eto isa to sa titingnan ko. I would hope na bumalik siya sa medyo malapit lang sa 270. Mag-red candle lang to ng Monday, most likely bibilhin ko siya. Okay? So ayun, kung may hawak kayong NIKL, just wait and set your cut loss point at 270. Target is again 345. And then kung nag-aabang kayo just like me, then ayun, wait for the candle on Monday kung ano yung mangyayari doon sa sa stock. No? The ideal scenario would be a red candle na hindi bababa ng 270. Yan. Okay? So yeah, that's my take on nickel. And then, JFC. Okay. JFC is not looking good. There is a news no lumabas noong kailan ba? This week lang din na it is closing 255 company-owned stores. No, this is one of their mechanism, or this is one way for JFC to traverse back into a profitable company once again. It is profitable, but what I'm talking about na profitable is yung value niya before. Kasi as we have observed in the past couple of months, si JFC is having some losses, or quite a lot of losses, after purchasing CBTL and Smashburger na hindi pa nakaka-recover up until now. Okay? So, ayun. Now, let's go to the charts. No? As we can see here, the stock is doing a consolidation phase, and sobrang lapit na niya doon sa 134 na initial resistance line. And even itong MA50 is nandoon na rin sa bandang yon. Okay? So, kung may hawak kayong kung may hawak kayong JFC, then hopefully nasa baba. Pero kung hindi man, I'll be honest with you, sa ganitong itsura niya, on Monday, pag hindi pa nabasag itong 135, I will cut it. I will sell it na at a cut loss. Okay? Now, kung nag-aabang kayo with JFC, then itong 135 is your key resistance. So, a breakout from 135 and the target of 150 will give you more or less 10%. Ang liit. Medyo maliit yung upside So, up to you kung okay na sa inyo yung 10%. But sa akin, kung ganyan lang yung upside niya, might as well wait for the 150. Unless, of course, you are looking at it for a long-term gain or for a long-term. Then, that story will definitely flip. Diba? So, ayan. That's my take on JFC. Next, DMC. Okay. DMC, medyo kawawa si DMC this past couple of weeks. At least, itong past 3 weeks. Okay? Remember that DMC owns SEC. SEC ay mawawala na sa index dahil pinalitan na siya ni EMP. Okay? And medyo malaki ang hawak, ang revenue distribution ni SEC kay DMC. Kaya medyo masakit sa loob ni DMC na mawala siya. Next, however, ito yung isa na pag-usapan natin last week din, no? That DMC is quite near its support line na 330. Okay? And ito yung din-draw natin na potential na potential track na gagawin ni DMC. And mukhang nagkakatotoo. Nakachamba na naman tayo. Anyways, so ayun the stock is going up once again. I just hope na it will continue. Medyo nakatakot lang itong si MA50 dahil sobrang lapit na niya. I anticipate or expect na that resistance line will be at around 4 pesos, which is just in line with the MA50. Okay? And then hopefully target is 477. Okay? Now, having said that, in terms of guidance, kung may hawak tayong DMC, then watch out kung mauntog siya sa 4 pesos. Okay? Kung 4 pesos, kung nasa baba ka ng 4 pesos na kabili, then you can basically sell once na mauntog na siya doon. Okay? Ngayon, kung wala pa kayong hawak na DMC, then wait up for 4 pesos. Tingnan kung may break ba niya ito or hindi. Okay? So yan, that's my take on DMC. Next up is CC, which is yung napag-usapan natin. Ayan, dahil mawalan siya. Ayun, nakita natin, no? nabasag siya dito sa immediate support niya at around 11 pesos. And it's now at 224. Okay. And then on August 17, I am also expecting na pwedeng bumaba pa ito. Baka umabot pa nga siya ng 861 ulit. Just like what happened way back noong nag-start yung COVID pandemic. Okay? Now, kung may hawak kayong SEC, hopefully dito kayo nakabili ha. Kasi kung hindi, then baka cut loss na. Cut loss na yung mga pag-uusapan natin. No? So, hopefully nasa baba kayo nakabili sa kanya. Ngayon, kung halimbawa namang may nag-aabang kayo with SEC, I am not seeing SEC breaking the 11 peso barrier or resistance in the next week. So, itong week na to and next week. So, baka next week pa siya. Sorry. Baka next week pa natin siya makita na makarecover in terms of its pricing. At the same time, si SEC kasi is, I think, bumaba rin talaga yung earnings niya. Annual earnings niya is down almost 20%. Hindi pa nilalabas yung Q2, pero Q1 is already down at minus 43, and I'm also expecting na baka mas malala, mas worse pa itong Q2. So, fundamental, technical, it's not looking good for SEC. So, ayan. You be the judge. Okay? Next. APVI. Ito yung pinag-usapan natin last week na sabi ko, stay away from APVI. Okay? So, ito nga. No? Bakit? Ayan. Okay. So, APVI, the good thing with APVI is that itong 1256 is doing a quite good support sa kanya, no? Pero guys, again, APVI is a very, very small company. It's just a wing of a Robinsons ba? I think so. Wala, nakalimutan ko na. Basta it's just a wing. It's not even a mall na ino-operate ng APVI. It's just a wing. No? So, sobrang liit lang na company nito. I wouldn't trade APVI at this moment. Okay? So, and I don't expect it na biglang lilipad unless of course merong himala na mangyayari sa kanya. But at this time, no. I would stay away from APVI. Okay? Next, VLL. So, Vistaland, no? Another property stock. Hindi ko masyado na ma-monitor itong si VLL. Okay. Since I have no idea sa fundamental ni VLL, I'll just go straight ahead sa kanyang technicals. Okay? Technical wise, mukhang nabasag na yung support at 3 pesos. At 305. I'm mistaken. Tama ba? 307 pa nga pala. Okay. So, ayun no. However, mukhang magandang support itong 3 pesos sa kanya. So, because of that, adjust ko na lang yung support line ko at 3 pesos. Dahil at the same time, it is a psychological support para sa stock. Okay? Now, having said that, may nakikita rin ako dito magandang volume, no? Ay, hindi rin pala ganun kaganda yung volume. Dahil the volume is also going down or doing a downtrend. So, not a good one as well. Ang mahalaga lang for VLL is ma-make sure niya na ma-hold yung 3 peso line. Okay, 3 pesos. Kung hindi, then it could free fall pa even further. Okay? Now, in terms of guidance, kung halimbawa may hawak akong VLL, again 3 pesos. Pag nahulog na 3 pesos, I would cut it. Kung halimbawa naman nag-aabang ako ng VLL, again, 3 pesos is the... I guess 3 pesos, 301 na siya kahapon. So, I would wait for the candle on Monday. It should, or it must stay above 3 pesos. Otherwise, I won't go near it. In terms of the target, 360. 360 dahil, I think, ito na rin yan yun. Andun na rin yung MA50 line eh. Diba? So, yeah, 3 hanggang 360 yung kanyang nakikita kong range for VLL. Next, PXP. Okay. Si PXP naman is more on, ano tawag ito? Petroleum eh. Oil. Yan. Okay. So, with oil, magkano ba yung crude oil ngayon sa market? Hindi ko na monitor ang oil kasi. So, kaya I have no idea over it at this time. But in terms of the chart, medyo hindi maganda yung nakikita ko. Simply because nahulog na siya from the 588 line, and at the same time, itong MA50 line niya, it's now serving as a resistance para dun sa stock. Okay? So, mapansin natin, di ba, it's trying to break. Nung Thursday, it tries to break yung MA50, but it closed below. And then kahapon, nag-open at 578, which is at the MA50 line. Yun nga lang, nag-close pa rin siya below it. No? So, unfortunately, I'm seeing it as a, not a good candidate right now for a potential watch list. Okay? Pero kung halimbawa may hawak kayong PXP and nakabili kayo way ahead, dito pa sa bandang baba, less than 5 pesos, then I would wait out for the 580, no? Na resistance. Kung nag-aabang kayo for PXP, siguro, yeah, I'll just wait for the breakout play na lang, no, at 588 or 590 to be mas safer side. So, ayan. Okay. Next, AREIT. So, ito, bilisan ko na yung kay AREIT. As we know, AREIT will be listed on 13th on Thursday, right? So, having AREIT joining, ito lang may lumabas na sabi nila 2 times oversubscribed na si AREIT. That's good. Okay lang yon. That's a good news. However, I am not really sold on that news that much. Simply because yung mga past IPOs have been oversubscribed as well. And hindi lahat sa kanila ay nagliparan. Okay? At the same time, AREIT is not a usual stock as I have mentioned kanina nung nag-start tayo. Simply because it is a REIT. Diba? Yung value niya is on the dividend, not on price appreciation. You can even compare this to a preferred stock, not a common stock. Okay? So, ayun. Doon may mga nagsasabi na, maghihintay nila ako at 1 peso, at 20 peso. Well, as I've mentioned, I don't know kung saan pupunta yung presyo ng stock. But I did subscribe kay AREIT, and what I plan to do there is to hold it for the longest time. So, kahit umabot pa yan ng 5 pesos, most likely I won't sell it. Most likely, ang gagawin ko sa kanya, bibili pa ako kung bababa pa siya ng mga ganung presyo. Diba? Because again, ang habol ko kay AREIT is its dividend. Okay? So yeah, that's my take on AREIT. Oh my God. 10 minutes left. Sige. Bilisan na natin TEL is looking good dahil maganda yung earnings report niya noong this Q2. Yeah, net income is up by 17%. Okay? Pero kung mapapansin natin, no, medyo malapit na siya dito sa 1, I would say 1.4. 1.4 na resistance line. Okay? So kung halimbawa may hawak kayong TEL, then wait for a potential untog, then you can sell. However, kung halimbawang nag-aabang kayo kay TEL, then ang suggest ko, either wait for the breakout or wait for this line na bumalik siya dito at 1.3. 1.3 ang nakikita kong support sa kanya. Okay? So, ayan. Congrats sa mga may hawak ng TEL. This is looking good. I am hoping for a breakout para kay TEL. And once it breaks, then the next resistance will be at 1.445. Okay? After 1.445, 1.6. Diba? So, ayan. Hopefully lang hopefully. Dahil TEL is now on the uptrend. It's way above the MA50 and MA200 lines. Okay? So, yan. Good job kay TEL. Next, MPI. So, MPI is more on the infrastructure, no? Asan ba siya? Ito. Okay. So, as we have discussed nung nakaraan, ito nga, no, yung nilagay nating ascending triangle sa kanya, it appears na it is holding up quite well. And nakikita natin yung bounce niya from this support line. Okay? So, and right now, it is developing into a golden cross. So, which is another good thing for the stock. Okay? Now, kung halimbawa may hawak akong MPI, then just stay put, wait. And siguro, ito, basta medyo ingat lang. Watch out for 342. Baka may tendency siya na mauntog dito being its resistance. Okay? I'm hoping na it could go past that and we could target 363 or even 4 pesos right after that. Okay? Kung halimbawa nag-aabang ka kay MPI, then let's just wait for, ito kasi masyadong tight itong 342 and 363, no? In terms of upside. So, I wouldn't go with that. Siguro ang prayer na lang will be na medyo bumaba pa siya. Wag muna. So, siguro dahan-dahan, slowly but surely, at mga around 3 pesos to 320 na level. So, yun yung parang, I would say, sweet spot for MPI to enter. Okay? And meron pa siyang dividend pala, no? 0.345. Medyo maliit. Nalitan ako sa kanya. Ayan. Okay. So, yan. That's MPI for you. And then, GTCAP. Okay, GTCAP naman. Ayan. Mukhang hindi niya kinaya itong 435 na resistance na nagawa niya nung nakaraan, no? Isa rin to sa napag-usapan natin. Sabi ko, it must hold the 435. Otherwise, baka umabot siya ng 367 or 365. No? So, ayun. Although, right now it is at 400, which is another support, psychological support kay GTCAP. Hopefully it would hold up. Okay? Kung may hawak kayong GTCAP, again, 400. Just to be conservative. 400 ang cut-off point, and then target is, I think it would still, 500 is still a good target for the stock. Okay? And then kung nag-aabang kayo kay GTCAP, then wait, etong 400 or eto nga yung 360. Etong 360 na potentially maabot niya because of what's happening. Ano ba ang major contributor nito ni GTCAP? Wala kasi Philinvest, tapos MBT though. Kaso MBT is also on ang alam ko it's not looking good in terms of Q2. Although wala pa siyang nilalabas wala pa ang MBT. So, ayan. Next, Meralco. Meralco, medyo boring stock ito dahil nasa gitna siya ng range at the moment. No? So, I can't say much about it. More on guidance na lang na, again, ang range na nakikita ko sa kanya is at around 250 up until 293. So, yun yung kailangan na mag-hold sa kanya. Kung may hawak kayong MER and nasa taas kayo, ako, to be honest, I would just cut it at this time. Dahil with the news coming in na medyo hindi maganda dahil maraming complaints about the bills, the sentiment is still on the negative side. So, medyo delix. Pero kung nag-aabang kayo kay MER, again, 250, maybe. Pero MER is not a good candidate for watch list. At least pagdating sa akin. Okay. Next, MAC. MAC, ito damay ito dahil 80% of its revenue stream is coming from airport operation. And as we know, despite the fact na may mga nag-ooperate na tayong mga airport, may MECQ, so damay na naman siya. And even if hindi, the capacity of the airport is still not good. Diba? So, on the technical side naman, we can see na itong si MAC is doing a consolidation phase. No? But, to be honest, at this point in time, I'll just wait for 7 pesos. Breakout. Yun na lang. Kung may hawak kayo, then yun. Wait for 7 pesos. And the potential cut loss at around 5 pesos. Pero kung nag-aabang kayo with kay MAC, I would go with 7 pesos. Breakout at 7. Yun yung nakikita ko sa kanya na at least it would give me more confidence na i-trade siya. But at this time, I would stay away from it. BDO. Another financial stock. Ayun, no? Ito yung isa sa napag-usapan natin nung nakaraan, no? Nag-bounce na siya from the 84 peso line, which is good. It tried to rally, yun nga lang. Ito watch out on Monday. My gut says it will be another red line or another red candle. If it does, it should follow a green candle. So, Monday will be critical. Once mag-close yan at siguro kahit mga around 87.90 or 87 or 88 pesos, that's a good na. Kasi we have already confirmed the bounce from the 84 peso line here. So it potentially could go up until 115 pesos. So BDO is looking good for me. Although the general trend is still on a downtrend, pero again, it's consolidation. So one of the characteristic of that is it will just bounce from its support and resistance. So that will be a good enough reason for me to trade it. Okay? So kung may hawak kayong BDO, ayun, wait. Kasi I think the bounce is confirmed and we could potentially see it going up at least on the short term. Kung nag-aabang kayo, ayun, as I mentioned, Monday. Check. Next, AR. Hindi ko kilala si AR, sorry. So, meron bang AR? Abra Mining. Medyo maganda yung ano niya nung Friday. Pero, sorry, for Abra Mining, I won't go there. Dahil masyadong mababa yung yung volume niya. Masyadong mababa. So, yung nangyari ng Friday is just one-off. Siguro if I can see more of it, then okay. Pero at this time, I wouldn't go near it. Kung nakabili kayo kay AR, ito yung MA50 niya, medyo delix to. Yeah. Okay. Next. Okay. Sorry, it's already 10:10, so siguro I'll just choose 2. Dalawa na lang. Siguro pagbigyan natin si si Ma'am Maria. Let's review Maxes. And then, yung nakita ko na isa sa maganda is si MARC. Sige, 3. MARC and AXLM. So, MARC, AXLM, and Maxes. So, yun yung 3 natin. Let's start with MARC. Kasi nakita ko si MARC na medyo maganda yung galawan niya this week. Ayun, Ito. So, MARC Ventures is a holding company pero more on ano nga pala yung company nila? Mining of nickel. Nickel, chrome, copper, gold, and manganese. Okay? So, I think dahil maganda ang galawan sa global market ng nickel and gold, nahatak yung MARC. I don't know kung meron pang ibang reason itong paglipad niya rito. I hope meron, pero hindi ko pa alam. Unfortunately, I don't have time to review yung fundamentals niya. So, we'll just base it strictly on the charts. Okay? Now, why I said na maganda yung naging galawan niya? Because ang nakita kong immediate resistance niya was this 1 peso. And then, it registered at 101. So, breakout na yung MARC Ventures. No? Now, kung ganito ang mangyayari, then, kung may hawak ang MARC, then, just, okay na yan. Ride the tide. Kumbaga, ride the news na lang. Hayaan mo lang siya. Kung wala naman, and nag-aabang pa kayo kung saan pwedeng pumasok, then, tingnan natin On Monday, medyo malaki na yung sellers. Pero, will it warrant a gap up or gap down? I don't think so. It's just 1 million. 1 million lang naman yung volume niya. So, hindi ganun kabigat. No? Siguro for this one, being a conservative trader, as I've mentioned, I'll just wait for a pullback. Pullback should be above 1 peso. Otherwise, baka dumire-diretso. Okay, so that's my take on MARC. Next is AXLM. Sinama ko si AXLM dahil I think ito rin is, parang ito yung nakita ko magandang, ayun, ito nga. Ayan, ito. Ito isa sa napag-usapan natin last week. No? Nasabi natin na mukhang maganda, no? Mayroong confirmation of the bounce. No? Ito. And sabi ko dito, ang magandang antayin natin kay AXLM is magkaroon siya ng pullback, which is this candle. Ito, yung nilagay kong candle na to. And fortunately, ang maganda sa kanya is umabot pa siya sa mas mababang candle. And then, after that, since confirm na yung bounce na to, ito nga, nakita natin, dire-diretso siya umakyat. No? So, ayun, hopefully, kung naka-tune in kayo last week, na isama nyo siya sa listahan ng potential watch list. And yes, I was able to trade this one. Ito yung isa sa sinabi ko kanina na nabili ko and I'm still holding. Kasi I'm looking at it at around, siguro mga around, ito, 240, 245. Yun yung target price ko sa kanya. Okay? So, saan ko siya nabili? Dito. Nakachamba ko dito sa kasi inabangan ko siya nung sabi ko kumusta yung closing nito on Monday. Nakita ko na medyo above above 189 or above 190. So sabi ko, okay, I think magandang pasukin na to. So and I did, and ayun nga, nagdire-diretso siya. So ayan, kung wala pa kayong hawak na AXLM and naghahanap pa kayo ng entry point at this time, tingnan natin yung upside 12%. Pwede na, 12%. Okay. Pero with this one, kasi again, may pullback na rito Again, I just base it on the pullbacks. So, rally and then pullback. Rally, pullback. So, doon ako lang madalas sa pullback nag-aantay. Now, tingin ko on Monday, wait lang, silipin natin yung ay, saan ba? Mali pala. Wala masyadong Ang Monday, I am hoping na maging ganito siya. Tapos, Tuesday, maging ganito. Tapos, Wednesday, dalawang green ulit. Dalawang magkasunod na green ulit. Parang ganun lang yung mangyayari sa kanya. And then, gradual na pag-angat. At least that's my expectation with AXLM. Okay? So, ayan. That's my take on AXLM. And then, last but not the least is Maxis. Let's check Maxis. Ito. Ayan. Ito yung sinasabi ko. Mukhang Maxis is not really doing well. Hindi pa na ilalabas yung Q2 report nito, but I am quite confident na it's even worse than Q1. Kasi Q1 is, wow, minus 222% na nga pala siya ng Q1, no? Baka more than 100% ulit siya ng Q2 na negative. So, kay Ma'am Maria, what I would suggest is stay away from Maxis for the meantime. Pero kung may hawak ka na sa kanya, medyo mahirap ha. Although I can see a bounce dito, ano? Dito sa from 430. Ito, mapapansin niyo dito, merong medyo may upward momentum na bounce. That's good. Pero hindi ako confident kasi na it would help, I mean, it would hold eh. Check natin yung RSI. Ay, dito na pala yung RSI. Oh, ang dami. It is now at around 30 or 29 level. It's it's oversold basically. Sobrang nabentahan na ng gusto itong si Maxis. Pero Ma'am Maria, if ako yung may hawak nung Maxis at may hawak ako at ganito na yung nakikita ko kay Maxis, I would cut it. Hindi ko na siya patatagalin. Ikakat ko na siya and then I'll just look for other stocks na mas okay. Okay? So yeah, that's my take on Maxis. So ayun, that ends our webinar for today. Once again guys, yung recording neto will be posted in our YouTube channel. So kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe, please do so. Ito ipopost ko yung link ng YouTube channel natin. So hopefully subscribe kayo and I'll place a timestamp there para at least mas madali ninyong ma-review with the stock. Okay? So again guys, sobrang salamat again for tuning in and being patient to last 2 hours. So ayun, again, good luck on your trades this week and hope to see you again next week. Okay? So thank you. God bless. Good luck. Bye-bye.